bringing good things to life. Adua TV, bringing good things to life.
Good morning and welcome to the AM News right from our studios at the John Evans Fifth Nose High Street in Accra. We are also streaming live on Facebook at Edward TV Ghana, on YouTube at Edward TV GH, and around the world at edwardnewsonline.com. My name is Jonathan. I'm now coming up in this bulletin. NAPCO trainees protest over unpaid allowances. We bring you details of the protest and all the things that are happening as a result of the protest. And then also, following the Appearity Support Fund, First Lady makes a donation of 50,000 Ghana cedis. Details of that will be given to you. And also, IGP has assured Ghanaians that they should dismiss any negative perceptions held against the police service. Details to that and more right in the news bulletin. Do stay. For staying with us, remember this is your hub of comprehensive and compendous news. My name is Jonathan. I'm on our very first story. A number of Nation Builders Corps, that's the NAPCO trainees, have on Thursday, February 17, hit the street of Accra in a demonstration of a government's delay in the payment of their allowances. Clad in red and black, protesters who started from the Obrasport Art Circle in Accra had placards with inscriptions like, "We need permanent jobs, pay us our allowances," among others. It could be recalled that some trainees took to social media to demand payment of their allowance arrears, saying life has become unbearable for them. Some also blamed the government for abandoning them, adding that they have been perishing in extreme hunger and deprivation. NAPCO was launched by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on Tuesday, 1st May 2018. Mr. Akufo-Addo, while launching the program, was confident that by the time NAPCO trainees exited the scheme, the requisite work readiness skills and experience often demand a barrier to their employment as fresh graduate would have been resolved. According to the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, NAPCO will be the vehicle to deliver 100,000 jobs in 7 prioritized areas defined as the following models: Educate Ghana, Heal Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, Digitize Ghana, Enterprise Ghana, and Civic Ghana. On the matter, let's stay on the NAPCO protest that took place yesterday at the starting from the Obra Sport in Accra. Meanwhile, in a related development, officials have refuted claims that NAPCO trainees are owed arrears more than 2 months. Speaking to journalists after a petition was presented by the disgruntled NAPCO trainees, the Greater Accra Regional Coordinator for NAPCO, Alhaji Baba, noted preparations are underway to ensure trainees of the scheme secure permanent jobs.
Streamline the system so that it will fast track their payment. A lot of them have currently gotten employed, but they are refusing to decline from the system, and that is what we. That is why this headcount is just to help resolve those problems. At least the headcount will make sure that those who are actively working get paid in earnest.
But the question is, why is the headcount going on, especially for a day like this?
No, it is part of our roadmaps that we've designed, and so it just unfortunately that it coincided with their demonstration.
With no victimization.
And no, please. We will not victimize anybody. We are colleagues with them, and therefore it is of their best interest. So that is why we are doing this. Once we are able to streamline the system, those who are currently gainfully employed are removed from the system, then payment will commence honestly, and then they will be paid.
Do you have a timeline for this headcount?
Yes, we've just started the headcount, and it's ongoing.
How long will
currently,
it go?
As we speak, my monitors and my field, regional monitors and district RTCs are in the field doing the headcount. Yesterday we were able to, we brought them together, but we've realized that it's giving us a lot of headache in managing the crowd. So we send messages to them that they should remain at post once we visit them and do the head count.
Now you mentioned that some have secured jobs. Is it true that?
Yes, some of them have secured jobs, and I know some of them personally.
Wow. Do you know the number?
Can you give us the number?
I know those that I know are great.
So clarify. Give us a number. Got jobs through your initiative or by?
Yes, they got jobs through NAPCO initiative. The management. The management are playing their own role to get them employed. You get it? All of them cannot just be employed a day. It's a process. Once some get employed today, some will be employed tomorrow. So all what I want to urge them is that they are my colleagues. They should be exercise patient. Once the process, they know the exit protocols. They know it, so they should exercise patient. Whilst we also fast track the process for them to get enroll into the mainstream employment. Please, I'm one of the managers, and it's never true unless, of course, you have a peculiar problem.
It is true.
If you don't have a peculiar problem, all those who don't have peculiar problem, ask them. They have been paid.
Give us a range of the peculiar problems you are citing.
With the exception of the last 2 months, which is September, October. Anybody who has not been paid the September, September, October means that he has a peculiar problem.
We don't have any peculiar.
That's what we are addressing currently. Thank you.
You have it. That was the Greater Accra Regional Coordinator for NAPCO, Alhaji Baba, there. Away from the NAPCO protest to matters regarding the APAT Support Fund, the First Lady of the Republic, Her Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, has encouraged all Ghanaians to do what they can to help restore the livelihoods of the people of APAT. She made this appeal when she made a personal donation of 50,000 Ghana cedis to the APAT Support Fund on Thursday, February 17, 2022.
First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo has on Thursday, 17th February 2022, donated 50,000 Ghana cedis to the Apiati Support Fund for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Apiati community. In her remarks, the First Lady disclosed that she has already made an earlier donation of some relief items sent out to the victims of Apiati when the incident first occurred. She said the incident is a huge tragedy that has troubled all Ghanaians, and as a senior citizen of Ghana and a mother full of empathy for her children, it is only right that she also adds her contribution to help Apiati. The First Lady also encouraged all Ghanaians to do what they can to help restore the livelihoods of the people of Apiati. We all have to do a bit to help restore their homes and their lives, and as they say, Kitua Bienswa. The chairperson of the fund, Reverend Dr. Joyce Aye, on behalf of the committee, expressed her profound gratitude to the First Lady for her emphatic gesture to the reconstruction of the Apiati community. Madam Joyce said, the First Lady has proven that she is indeed a mother of the nation, adding that she knows her contribution will go beyond material things, considering her soft spot for women and children.
Generous one there on the part of the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Away from that, Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akufo-Dampare has appealed to Ghanaians to dismiss any negative perception they have against the police service. He says the citizenry should revise their security notes because the police administration has appointed and repositioned itself for the better. Speaking in an induction service of some newly registered pharmacists in Accra, Dr. Akufo-Dampare reassured of his outfit's resolve to regain the trust and respect of the public as officers discharge their duties effectively.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, has called on Ghanaians to dismiss any negative perception they have held against the service. We are pleading with you, let go of our past and let us be. We understand we lost your trust, your confidence and respect, but we are going to bring them back. The IGP believes gaining the confidence and trust of the public will aid the service in executing its mandate of fighting crime and protecting citizens. He added that a thorough introspection by the service is now translating into personnel who will uphold discipline, integrity, and accountability in the discharge of their duties. We have done several introspections and we know where the problems are. That is why we can't convince ourselves that we are the best institution. So bear with us and encourage us, because if you have a child, you don't speak good about the child will not turn out to be good. So irrespective of how painful our past historical issues have been, if you want to be biblical, we say, we have been born again, he bemoaned. Dr. Dampare has been hailed by many within the security space for introducing a number of reforms since his appointment in 2021. He has also been credited for a new security dispensation, professionalism, and citizen-based policing. Dr. Dampare has introduced some security measures to curb robberies in the country. The service has also arrested some influential persons flouting the laws since COP Dampare started acting his role.
Was the humble plea by the Inspector General of Police of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare there. The police, we all know, is our friend, so let's act in accordance to that. Well, away from that, let's move to the Ashanti region, where fire has gutted a story building in a town called Biakoye in Obuasi in the Ashanti region. The cause of the fire is yet to be known, but according to residents, the fire service is to take the entire blame for their late arrival.
No fire service.
Kiss in Akaho, carry Pedam. Nina Sherlock, Bawa officer, I didn't to the glass now. Sherlock, we are Shani. As an agenda by a strategy, we are conducting fantastic. Carrying Sherlock, killing in our casserole. Cylinders and oxygen. Oxygen cylinders now, and a plastic and then to the machine.
Oh, I see. I'm not watching yet.
That will be uncle. I see the uncle. Lengo has a baby uncle. Now, what and the Carunia to the Nabaere? A boissy to me unsolved for my moment of my friend. A second. I'm brother Kayo. I'm had down one tip your one. What's it? How many anyway? Bosono, or no Crajani Circle, or no George, Jan.
For staying with us. If you just joined and you're still watching the AM News live from our studios at the John Evans Fifiat Mills High Street in Accra. Meanwhile, government has intensified its engagement on the proposed electronic transactions levy. Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Abena Osei Asare, has indicated that the passage of the electronic transaction levy will ensure the benefits of Ghanaians. According to her, Ghanaians want e-levy and want to embrace it because they know it is good.
The process that we are going through, and we are optimistic that once we go through the process, it will be approved, and when it is approved, we will all benefit from the taxes that will be raised from that. Because remember, we said we're going to use part of it to enhance the Youth Start program to build the capacity of our youth, and also we are also going to use some to reduce our elevated debt levels, which came about as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and the measures that we had to take. And then finally, we are also going to use some to build on our infrastructure, especially the roads. So let us look forward to, let us have a positive attitude towards that it is something that is coming in to help bridge the gap. And for me, what I hear Ghanaians say about the e-levy is that, yes, we want to embrace it, we want it, it is good, but we want to see more accountability in that field. That the monies that you raise, let us see, one, show us how much came in, and then also tell us what you utilize the revenues that came in for.
The Deputy Minister for Finance on the said matter. Away from that, the Upper West Caucus of the minority in Parliament have expressed their displeasure over the response of the Health Minister, Honorable Ajiman Menu, over the question of when the seat capital for the Upper West Regional Hospital will be released. Speaking to the press in Parliament yesterday, the Honorable Member for the Dafiama Busie Issa constituency, Sebastian Ingemenso Sandari, lamented that all is not well with the people of the Upper West and with the Upper West region's regional hospital. Back in their displeasure, he lamented the lack of logistics for the hospital in terms of movables, medical supply and hospital equipment.
So thank you very much, our respected pressmen and women. We are here as a caucus from the Upper West region, the NDC parliamentary caucus, just to engage you as a follow-up to the answer given by the Honorable Minister for Health on the question posed on when the seat capital for the Upper West Regional Hospital will be released. Ladies and gentlemen, you were all there when the minister read the answer. So we are here to indicate our displeasure with the answer that the Minister of Health gave to this question, to the extent that he admitted that indeed the Upper West Regional Hospital needed an initial startup capital to enable it to function effectively. But this was not done, and he made it worse by saying that though he admitted there were initial challenges with the Upper West Regional Hospital, that all is well now. Ladies and gentlemen, we represent the people of the Upper West region, and we think that all is not well with the Upper West Regional Hospital. There are serious challenges because the startup capital was not released as happens to other new projects that they start. So ladies and gentlemen, we want the people of Upper West to know that we have represented them. We have asked the question on their behalf. The minister said all is well with the regional hospital, when we all know that all is not well, because anybody presenting with a client or a patient to the Upper West Regional Hospital would testify that there are challenges, serious ones, with logistics, drugs, non-drugs, and other issues. But ladies and gentlemen, to back our displeasure, since this hospital was, commissioned and started operation, they were not even giving vehicles, no ambulance. We're told that it's a benevolent person who donated an ambulance to them. So, major infrastructure, major equipment that the hospital needs, all these are issues. But the minister is saying all is well. So we just want to tell you to carry our message and to let everybody know that we are saying that all is not well with our Upper West Regional Hospital. We need interventions. We are still appealing to the ministry. Though they haven't released the startup capital, it's not yet too late. We are still calling for that seed money to be released and other logistics and equipment that will make the Upper West Regional Hospital function effectively and efficiently.
Thanks for staying with us. Now to some business update. In a frantic effort to achieve an ambitious 80.3 billion Ghana cedis tax revenue for the year 2022 and also attain a tax to GDP ratio of up to 16.5%, the government has initiated moves to widen the tax net and broaden the tax scope. Aside from the introduction of an electronic transfers levy, which is yet to be considered by Parliament, the government has also initiated moves to collect taxes from businesses operating via the internet. The Ghana Revenue Authority has revealed plans to begin taxing electronic commerce and online businesses beginning April 1, 2022.
Apart from the introduction of an electronic transfers levy, which is yet to be considered by Parliament, the government has also initiated moves to collect taxes from businesses operating via the internet. The Ghana Revenue Authority has revealed plans to begin taxing electronic commerce and online businesses beginning from April 1, 2022. This will mean that the likes of Netflix, Facebook, and other multinational online businesses that incurred revenue from Ghana will be compelled to comply with Ghana's e-commerce tax. According to the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Amishadai Owusu-Amwa, the special purpose software has been designed to monitor online businesses and tax them accordingly.
People say that do e-commerce instead of e-levy, do this one instead of that. The question I ask myself, why instead of? I rather expect them to say in addition to, because even if we get to the 16.5% of GDP, we are still not at our highest possible yet. And if we are able to do the other things, we'd rather be able to lessen maybe the burden of some other people who today maybe are taking a lot of burden. And we are not ignorant of those opportunities. So I must say that the e-commerce tax is being worked on, and actually as at last week I sat in a presentation of the software and how it will work and a demonstration of it, and we are confident that by 1st April the taxation of e-commerce will begin.
He further noted that the same software shall monitor and tax online gaming and betting activities. The GRA boss clarified that the e-commerce tax will be targeted at online service providers, both local and foreign. He expressed confidence that a collaboration with the National Communications Authority would ensure the successful implementation of the new e-commerce tax.
Said note, this means that e-commerce, that is online businesses, are not to be spared in the tax allocation. Well, let's do some more business stories. The year-on-year producer price inflation for all industries for the first month of 2022 has risen to 15.6%, up from the 14.7% recorded in December 2021. The rate represents a 0.9 percentage point increase in the average price of goods and services received by domestic producers in the country for their production activities relative to the rate recorded in December last year.
The year-on-year producer price inflation for all industries for the first month of 2022 has risen to 15.6%, up from 14.7% recorded in December 2022. The rate represents a 0.9 percentage point increase in the average price of goods and services received by domestic producers in the country for their production activities relative to the rate recorded in December last year. The month-on-month change in producer price index between December 2021 and January 2021 was 4.0%. In January 2021, the producer price inflation rate for all industries was 8.7%. The rate increased to a record of 13.0% in March 2020, but declined till 10.9% in April 2021. In May 2021, the rate increased to 11.8%, but decreased continuously to a record of 8.1% in August 2021. Subsequently, the rate increased continuously to the record of 15.6% in January 2022. The manufacturing subsector recorded the highest year-on-year producer price inflation rate of 22.9%, followed by the mining and quarrying subsector with 2.2%. The utility subsector recorded the lowest year-on-year producer inflation rate of 0.3%. In January 2022, the 2 out of the 16 major groups in the manufacturing subsector recorded inflation rates higher than the subsector average of 22.9%. The producer price index measures the average change over time in prices received by domestic producers for the production of their goods and
You have it on the rise of producer price inflation. Well, for more business news, do well to log on to our website on adwanewsonline.com/business. Now, in some sports updates, President of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Abraham Kutenikwe, has responded to accusations leveled against him by the Boxing Promoters Association of using IMAX Media Group for its parochial interest. The promoters also claimed he has turned the Ghana Boxing Authority into promotion syndicate. Mr. Nikwe, responding to this accusation, said that their constitution is not against a media house becoming a promoter. He also answered questions about the 300% increment in license renewal. He spoke to Yao Ampofo on the Explosion show here on Adwa Television.
Some of the statements made by Mr. Ntiamwa, who is the CEO of Box Office Promotions. He said, well, he contended that the IMAX Group, despite claiming to be a media entity aimed at promoting sports, was meandering into the way of sports of the major promoters and the boxing syndicate in a convenience with the inconvenience with the Ghana Boxing Authority. Your words against this?
My brother, if you look at our boxing rule, does not prevent a TV station to become a promoter. No. But if you look at it, we signed a contract with Armah's group. The Armah's group is Techno, is part of Armah's group. TCL, Max Bar, they are all part of the Armah's group. Yes, they have a TV station, which is also good for the deal. Today, look at the way everybody is talking about Ghana boxing because the promoters have a TV station. So advertising is good for us. So please, it's a credit that the GBA is able to move in a direction where not only getting money from the promoter, but also getting coverage. Now it is making why do you think we not came to join the sponsorship? It's because of the money they are going to have. And if you are a promoter or you are a sports body and you don't have a team around you, you will sink. And that has been the problem of Ghana Boxing Authority all this while. So if today God has blessed us when we have Armah's group, the TV is part of Armah's group, we should pray to God that they live long and do with Ghana Boxing. Yeah.
They pray to God that they live long and one of the issues also raised by the three bodies who the three promoters.
President of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Mr. Abraham Kotanik, with opening up on the promotions that he made as a result of accusations leveled against him by the Ghana Promotions Association. On that exact note, this is how far would come to you with the AM News right from our studios at the John Evans Fifth Mills High Street in Accra. For more news, do well to log on to our website on adwanewsonline.com. Until then, my name is Jonathan Armah. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of our programs.